Leaders in the intelligence community say the war in Ukraine gives them a preview of how cyber operations and cyber threats will evolve in future conflicts. Joel Krooswyk is Federal Chief Technology Officer at GitLab. He says dealing with the cyber threat landscape is at a critical juncture.
Where things are changing rapidly, and it's been that way. It's not like there's new threats that, oh my goodness, we've never seen the emergence of a security threat before, and my goodness, things are coming at us fast. It's the pace of threat. So I think for us, we've had time to, say, patch our systems, right? We talk a lot about, well, there's a new vulnerability, we want to patch our systems. What's happening is the malicious use of AI is accelerating the time to attack. And so from that perspective, I think what's new or what's emergent here is simply a threat coming at us faster. And as such, we have to be ready faster. The whole idea of, hey, I've got maybe 30 days to fix or patch my systems is disappearing quickly. And so I think the top concern we have is, how do we fight back quickly? How do we make sure that we can respond to the things that are coming at us faster than we ever have?
Mm-hmm. All right, tactical or strategic, or both if you want, what are the steps to follow, or is there no such thing given that accelerating the time to attack concept that you just described?
Yeah, I think finding the vulnerability and getting it remediated is one thing. Getting it actually deployed is another, right? And so we have to be careful about how we're rolling out the fixes these days. But we also have to be careful about how we're identifying and remediating those. And going forward, there's going to be a lot more opportunities. So today, a lot of that is automated, but it's not automated throughout the process. It's only automated partially. And so I'm actually looking a lot into the next year as I see the emergence of new products, new tools, new capabilities that leverage AI in more of an autonomous, or you may hear the word agentic, right? Agentic manner. And so what that means is AI is watching out for me now. As it is today, most of the time, if I want to engage with AI, I say, hey, let me push the button. Let me tell you what I'm looking for. You give me a response. And where we're going is that AI is looking out for us. So it's real time watching the environment. It's looking for those emergent threats. It's tackling them for us. And a lot of times, by the time we know about the threat, AI will have spun up an answer for us and said, by the way, you just need to double check my work, but I think we're good to go here. That's where things are going. And I think we're going to desperately need that as the malicious use of AI increases. So that's going to be a key driver in my mind for where we're going next. And I'm watching these systems evolve right now. I'm very excited about those coming to market to give us some new tools and some new efficiencies in keeping ourselves secure.
Is that what is going to eventually then, hopefully, give the IC and the DoD kind of a proactive approach to cyber defenses rather than reactive all of the time, where maybe they will get into an anticipatory posture rather than a reflexive posture?
I believe so, yeah. And I see it kind of as a three-step process. I hear a lot about predictive AI, and I think that's where we're going, but it feels like there's a stop in the middle. We're at that reactive stage right now, and the next thing in the middle there is kind of the proactive or the autonomous AI. So the point where we go from an engagement to a real-time, and then we'll evolve that into more predictive. And I think the predictive side is just starting to come into its own. We've got a little ways to go.
Mm-hmm. What has to happen to get from here to there, in your view?
It's interesting because our models know a lot, but they don't know enough. And so if I look at what AI is good at today, I can use it to develop a pretty good road trip, right? It's giving me some great stops along the way. If I use it for something that's logic-based, I may or may not get what I'm looking for today. And a lot of times it's good, but it's not great yet. And I think we have to cross that bridge. All right, we have to get from where we are to the next evolution of what the models know, what they're capable of providing. And then the agent has to run real time around that, continuously monitoring and continuously watching our environment. Both of those are coming forward at the same time. And so I think if we lose pace on one or the other, we get off track. But from what I'm seeing right now, we're pretty much on track for some very, very interesting times in the year ahead.
You answered what was going to be my quick final thought. What's the timeline look like to see some of these gains?
Yeah.
It sounds like.
Yeah, we think it could be about a year till a lot of these systems are very accurate. They're more generally available. And there's a lot of promise out there, but the delivery of it, of course, there's always something that gets in the way in the world of technology. We're never quite on time. But we do see a path there, and it's a very exciting path. I've seen, of course, some things being on the inside of industry. I get to see some very interesting trials, some very interesting pilots, and some of the things that are happening right now show me that, yeah, we are on track to do some very interesting things in the year ahead and create a more secure environment for everyone accordingly.
Joel Krooswyk of GitLab.